take that high dose, but take half dose and a quarter dose, and that's good for enhance the immune system for normal people.
So more like a maintenance dose for people who just want to boost the immune system, and it has protective benefits against cancer as well, yeah?
We are talking about the prevention.
Prevention, isn't it?
Yes.
And that has been also shown
That's right.
to prevent cancer.
That's right.
Now, some oncologists would caution their patients, particularly for breast cancer, about going on TCM because they're concerned that some herbs do contain estrogenic properties that could stimulate the growth of breast cancer cells, particularly for the majority of women who have the estrogen receptor positive or the type of cancer that is promoted by their hormones.
This is a very serious debate, scientific question, and there are two sides of the debate. On the debates, one side is, you shouldn't use that. The other side, you can use that, the phytoestrogen. So we don't have a clear answer to this question, but some people against this concept, they said, the phytoestrogen is a certain chemical, they can react with the receptor, but very, very low effect. So that's a benefit for the cancer patient in this case. So scientifically, there's still a debate.
Right.
And we don't have the clear answer yet.
Do green tea and reishi contain phytoestrogens?
Some part, but not green tea.
Not green tea, reishi perhaps.
Reishi.
All right. Okay. 669-11938 is the number to call if you have a question. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, your question.
My name is Huang.
Hi, Huang.
Yes, good afternoon. I want to ask the doctor, the lintu being a kind of mushroom.
Yeah.
When we take lintu regularly, does it produce, is it true they produce a lot of yeast in our system?
Okay. Do you think mushrooms like lychee produce a lot of yeast because it is fungus? Dr. Zhu?
Well, lychee and several traditional Chinese herbs, the original form is a fungus. Fungus grow in the wood and become a lychee, and the lychee we have to use some kind of chemical process to extract active component of. Traditional use, we put in a heating pot and boil that and get active component off. This is another way, but more modern industrial way is using organic or solvent to get all the active components off.
Right. So is it
fungus is not live fungus anymore.
Right, so it will not produce that kind of yeast that he's concerned about. Yes?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your call. Going to next person on the line with the question. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, your question?
Yes, I just want to check out how do you cook or boil lintu? Because I find that it is quite hard. So I'd like to get advice from him how to, and then what are the mixture to use?
How do you boil lintu, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
This is using a particular methodology in a factory, and they can use hot water and some organic solvent to get active components off.
We can't do that at home on our own, like making tea?
You can do the traditional way, but the traditional way doesn't guarantee you can extract all the active components off.
Okay. So it's not advisable for people to go out to the shop, ask for lintu, in its fresh form or dried form, and then try to make it on their own at home and expect to, reap the same benefits.
Two factors involved in this. One factor is the raw material, whether you buy the raw material enriched in active components. This is the first question. The second question is what is the method you can use to extract active components out of the original material. So there are two parts involved. If you buy a lintu in a TCM shop, you don't know how much the active components enriched in the original material. And secondly, the boiling method itself may not extract all active components off.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Deborah.
Yes.
Yes, it's Evelyn again. I just recall that, I want to ask doctor, is regarding this lintu. There's some lintu where we consume and they say lintu with cracked spores. What does that mean? Is it better than just plain lintu in the capsule form where they say lintu with cracked spores?
They crack spores.
Spores is another part of the lingzhi. That's a sexual part of the lingzhi. Actually, it contains a very strong shelf, and the active components inside are not available to our body. So the industrial way is to break the wall and let the active components available to our body. This is the 破壁. The spores. Some literature said spores are good for anti-cancer, but we believe there are two active components. One active component is called triterpene. The other is polysaccharides. And the spores contains only polysaccharides, not too much triterpene. So combining the spores and the fruiting body extract is the best way.
Okay. Now, because we perhaps still don't understand how Western medicine could combine with somebody who's now also using TCM and produce perhaps some adverse effects, is it advisable for people then to check with their TCM practitioner or with their oncologist as to whether or not it's okay for them to be on, both at the same time?
Yes, I think there's people should do that, to ask physicians, get physicians' comments on that. Two major side effects for chemotherapy. One is very low blood cell. The other is platelets. It's very low, and it causes bleeding and infection. And we see quite a lot of literature, clinical literature, lingzhi extract and the green tea extract is really against this side effect.
So it can help to increase then your cells.
That's
Is that what you're saying?
That's not let the blood cell going too low.
Too low, which means that
prevent.
it's actually very good for people who have already undergone chemotherapy to be specifically on this. Quite critical, in fact, because you want to raise your blood platelets and your blood cells, yeah?
Right.
So it's very good for recovery. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Joss Zhu, Senior Director from Pharmacology and Clinical Affairs Department at the Pharmanex Clinical and Pharmacology Centers from Beijing, China. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Body and Soul on 938 Live.
938 Live.